Yeah, I think the moment it is announced, I think you will come to know.
But yeah, because GVL, because had that not been an option, you would have turned the debate on its head right at the top by saying, sorry, we are not forming a minority government in Maharashtra. You have not said that.
It looks like the anchors of the show have got the brief or are arguing the brief of Shiv Sena. It looks like the anchors on this show today or tonight are
contrary to Rahul Narvekar, you have
ensuring that Shiv Sena becomes a part of this government.
Please.
It looks like you have taken the brief to get Shiv Sena to be a part of this government.
It's only a point that Sudheendra Kulkarni raised, which you are taking forward.
BJP has got the mandate. Let BJP decide. Let BJP decide.
Why are you getting worked up, Rahul Narvekar? The question is to the BJP. The question is to the BJP. We are asking the BJP the question. Now, this outside support is now translating or turning out into a vehement support.
I'm just amazed at your persistence.
No. Our persistence is to try and find out the right answers. Two parties totally deviant on ideologies. How is it that the NCP turns around and has the chameleon effect on it?
What do you think?
No. The question is, we are asking what is the right thing to do, and we are asking the BJP, which has got the largest mandate from the people. We are asking the BJP, what are the numbers, 122 or 138? If it is 138, is the inclination to form a minority government in Maharashtra?
Now,
leave it to the BJP.
The mandate is.
We are asking the BJP,
and people have vested this responsibility in the BJP, and the BJP owes the responsibility to the people of Maharashtra. We are deliberating all possible options. We are not going away from our responsibility to form a government. We
Sir,
can take claims
please,
as soon as
you have to say responsibility to form a stable government, because that's the promise the party made to the people of the state.
We will certainly form a stable government. What do you want them to do? Not a stable government. For the sake of forming a stable government, they should compromise on the mandate which they've got from the people.
Not at all.
If people wanted Shiv Sena,
so that is why so far they have not directly and openly welcomed the NCP.
Let Bharatiya Janata Party decide.
We are asking the Bharatiya Janata Party. Rahul Narvekar, why are you getting nervous? Are you afraid that GVL Narasimha Rao would say here on the Newshour tonight that we will never take support from the NCP?
Affinity all of a sudden for the BJP, standing up for the BJP spokesperson, shielding him from questions. What's happening?
It doesn't make us. It doesn't make us any difference whether a particular party takes our support or they don't. The question is, we are interested that a stable government should be formed in Maharashtra. Today, the mandate given by the people is not absolutely clear. No one has got absolute majority. In the scenario, there are only two options left. Either Bharatiya Janata Party forms the government or all the other parties form the government. The second option is not an option at all. Therefore, the only option left is Bharatiya Janata Party forming the government. And if we need a stable government, if we need to give outside support...
So will you sit in the opposition if the BJP forms the government with the Shiv Sena? Rahul Narvekar, since you are jumping to the BJP's defense, let me ask you this. Will you sit in the opposition or will you support the Bharatiya Janata Party even if it goes ahead and forms the government with the Shiv Sena?
Our paramount interest is that a stable government should be formed in the state of Maharashtra. So from the scenario that we see today, that is not looking likely. Therefore, we have extended our support.
Why is it not looking likely?
Janata Party to decide.
Why is it not looking likely to you, Rahul Narvekar? You seem to know a little more of what's happening between the BJP and Shiv Sena. So tell our viewers.
Absolutely. The position right now is that no single party has got absolute majority, and therefore unless someone supports the party with the largest numbers, there won't be a stable government in this state.
So are you trying to say that the BJP is going to form the minority government in Maharashtra and you will support it?
By one of the parties.
Are you trying to say that the BJP, you know, even before the BJP has decided itself, you know very well that the BJP will form a minority government in Maharashtra and you are going to support it? Is that what you're saying?
The Bharatiya Janata Party has to decide how they are going to form the government. We have done our duty.
So when I ask you, if the Bharatiya Janata Party decides it will form the government with Shiv Sena, will the NCP still offer this outside support?
The position we have offered what we had to. the conditions there were that there
See, you're skirting the question. When it becomes uncomfortable for you, you skirt. You skirt the question, you skirt the entire issue altogether when it becomes uncomfortable for you. But just wait on.
I've given you.
Let me just bring in. Let us just bring in the other panelists, please. Rahul Narvekar, just wait on. My question to GVL Narasimha Rao very clearly is, sir, there is also a national picture. You have decided that you want to go and try and conquer other states too, given the fillip that you have got with your victories in Haryana and Maharashtra. Please let me understand, is this the line of thought of the party that coalition dharma is painful, allies and coalition as much as avoidable, let's not do it, so even if you're in the minority, let's form the government? Is that a thought which the BJP is actually very actively pursuing?
No, I think it is what the media or what Times Now possibly has analyzed. You have a right to analyze the way you want to, but here in
are we right or wrong, sir?
Maharashtra, we wanted to have this coalition going. We wanted to go into elections with Shiv Sena. Otherwise, we would have broken this alliance. We would have separated months before, and we would have got a big mandate. The reason why we did not get the numbers is because we were forced at the last moment to go into this election on our own without adequate preparation. Otherwise, we would have got a much bigger mandate. So the intention from the BJP was to keep this alliance going. We made every effort to keep this going, but there has to be a reasonableness on the part of
GVL Narasimha Rao. GVL Narasimha Rao, just wait on. Sanjay Jha wants to come in. Sudheendra Kulkarni also wants to come in. But GVL Narasimha Rao, you also not answered the question. You said Times Now has made an analysis. I asked you straightforward, is our analysis right or wrong?
No, I have told you, I think you have heard Mr. Amit Shah speak. Did you hear his speech on Sunday or not?
So you are saying we are right in assuming or making this analysis or this derive this out of what is happening?
Please understand, what is the essence of our party? What is the essence of our party president's media conference on Sunday? He said we are keen to go with the allies, but I cannot have a situation where I have to compromise, I have to sacrifice the interest
but Mr.
of my
Narasimha Rao,
Karnataka.
while that is what might have been said at the press conference, isn't it a fact that in the highest echelons of the party, there is a thinking that it's time that the BJP grew on its own across all states, whether it be, of course, all the focus has been on Maharashtra and the split between the Shiv Sena and the BJP, but that same thing happened in Haryana as well just before the elections. And isn't it true that you're also trying your hand at the same strategy, or you will try it in other states as well, and perhaps the biggest casualty could be Punjab? Or are there alliance with the Akali Dal there? Something that's being
and I would say a lot of this is quite reckless speculation, but you are entitled to do it. And have we not been proved right in Haryana? Did you not hear our party president articulate this during Sunday's press conference? He said the party which was demanding half the number of seats, really, you know what is their real performance on the ground compared to the BJP's performance in Haryana. So the message is very clear. We want to have allies. We want to work with all our allies, both
No, but you have realized that after breaking the alliance, you made the right decision and you actually fared better in both Haryana and in Maharashtra. You ended up getting more seats than were being offered to you by your allies. So it's an experiment that's worked for you, and you're going to try and work it in other states as well, GVL.
I think the message is very clear, and I don't think it needs any further explanation. I think the BJP certainly wants to have a coexisting relationship with all our allies.
But saying the same thing which was said in the press conference.
But GVL,
beyond that and tell us what the
GVL Narasimha Rao.
Yes, Sanjay Jha, you want to come in.
The terms of engagement have to be satisfactory to both sides.
You see, the NCP truly has cleared the pitch, because I agree with what Sudhin said, that the BJP and the Shiv Sena, and everybody knows it historically, not just 25 years of their association, are natural allies because they have the common Hindutva platform. That is an ideological compatibility that really keeps them, even today, despite the vicious and an extremely acrimonious political exchange during the campaign, still keeps them close.
Then where is the problem, sir?
And therefore, the role of the NCP here, in my opinion, is in a great number of ways hugely questionable. because they have done by making an open unconditional offer.
No, my question, Sanjay Jha, is what NCP has done to your alliance, what NCP has done to your alliance, and whether or not they have cleared the pitch depends entirely on the BJP. What is the BJP's thought, Sudheendra Kulkarni? Is it right or wrong when we say that they want to say we will have allies, but the terms are my way or highway?
See, in the situation of a hung assembly, it's the responsibility of all political parties and especially the largest party to ensure that the state is not pushed to another election soon or the state is not brought under president's rule. That's not in the interest of the state. And therefore, I think the BJP is conducting itself very responsibly. It is making the situation known to its potential ally that now the BJP is a senior partner, the Shiv Sena is a junior partner. The moment the Shiv Sena understands this, I'm sure that there will be a perfect
So you're saying the BJP is waiting for the Shiv Sena to come around?
Of course.
No, but hang on.
No, and how long?
How long will But Mr. Rao is keeping his option very open, Sudhin, on a minority government.
Let me ask you. In case, this hypothetically speaking, if the Shiv Sena says we don't want to be part of the government, then in the interest of a stable government or at least any kind of government, isn't the BJP right in saying that let's have a minority government?
Is it?
The alternative to that is president's rule.
Fair enough. Let me answer that. My question to you, my reply to you is with a question. Would you really believe a BJP government, if it forms a minority government with the support of the NCP, that any of these investigations that ought to happen against, well, some of the ministers in the NCP, you think they will really happen in a neutral, dispassionate way?
First of all, there's a difference between a minority government and a government supported by the NCP, because if it is supported by the NCP, it's no longer a minority government.
No, one sec. Well, it's no longer a minority.
My question is,
1 minute. The question at this point, the question at this point is about ethics to the BJP. How can you take support from a party which the Prime Minister of the country has stood there as a representative of the BJP talking about the party and his vision and called a naturally corrupt party?
Made a statement by the Prime Minister of India.
So the BJP's position, sir, is again questionable, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, because on the day Praful Patel stood there and said we are offering outside support, the BJP's first response should have been, sorry, thank you. We don't need support from you. We will never take support from you. Nobody from the party has said that. Why?
I don't know why the media wants to run the BJP's affairs. I think it's the prerogative of the BJP to react in a manner that is in the interest of the people of Maharashtra.
Why don't you replace prerogative with responsibility, sir?
No, I think the media wants to decide everything for the BJP. No, you see, we have not sought support. They have offered support, which they clearly said is unconditional. So what is there for us to discuss?
No.
What do you expect the BJP to do?
But the problem issue here, sir, is the interest of Maharashtra.
The moment you ask me that question,
the larger interest of Maharashtra for the NCP might be divergent from the larger interest of Maharashtra for the BJP. Because they are two naturally different parties as far as ideology is concerned and also outlook is concerned. Where will the twain meet?
What is the meaning of unconditional support?
Sir, the unconditional support is wrapped in a bundle of conditions that you very well know, so does the NCP and everybody who's watching this show, sir.
No, that is what you think. That is what you think. And if we form a minority government, and I'm giving you a hypothetical scenario, if we form a minority government, and if it continues to retain majority in the House, because somebody abstains, it could be NCP, it could even be Shiv Sena, it could be somebody else. Does that make the BJP's position any weak? We will remain in power. Until the last hour we are in power.
You have suggested.
And until the last hour,
Sanjay Jha says that the NCP and BJP are playing political footsie, the other one running a minority government. Do you think that it's a dangerous game that the BJP is playing? What do you make of it?
No, I'm not saying the BJP is playing a dangerous game. The BJP, having been elected the largest party, is now engaged in a somewhat difficult effort of government formation. You must recognize that the process is going to be difficult, it's going to take time. After all, they have a responsibility to the people, first to form a government and then to ensure that it is stable.
Here, sir,
and in this situation, they're going to have, and they're actually having already a certain negotiations with the Shiv Sena, and I think that over a period of time, it's going to fructify.
Here, sir, you know, if you look at the way it is developed...
GVL, you want to respond to that? Because Mr. Kulkarni is very confident that irrespective of what you're saying or not saying or doing right now, ultimately that's what it's going to be. You are going to return to your 25-year-old partner. GVL, you want to respond to what Mr. Kulkarni just said?
Can you repeat that for me? I have some audio problem. Can you just
Yes, Mr. Kulkarni just said that you're involved in a very difficult set of negotiations over the last few hours, but he is quite confident that at the end of it all, it's going to be the BJP Shiv Sena that Maharashtra is going to see forming the government.
Yeah, I don't see any difficulty at all. I think to the analysts, I think you might think because a decision has still not been made in Maharashtra, while we have made a decision in Haryana, you might possibly think there is a difficulty, but I think we still have time. Even in Haryana, the Chief Minister will be sworn in on the 26th of October, which is 5 days from today. I think that's more than enough time. I think within this time frame, I think we will certainly be in a position to really complete all the formalities.
Are you saying, GVL Narasimha Rao, that soon after Diwali, before the 26th of October, Maharashtra will know who's going to be the Chief Minister and the BJP is going to form a minority government or a government in majority with the Shiv Sena? Are you trying to say that's what's going to happen?
I think it's... I'm also, you see, at this point of time, I don't have any specific information, but I certainly think it's not going to take longer than that.
Now, my question to Sudheendra Kulkarni here is, you have GVL Narasimha Rao here, we have the developments through the day. 122 seats, suddenly they've got the support of all the independents. They're also trying to woo the one lone MNS candidate to defect, and he can do it without a problem. Whether or not that happens, we have to wait and watch. They're saying they'll couple up the numbers somewhere close to 138. In that kind of a scenario, what is the BJP going to do given the current frame of mind the senior leadership is in? Will they take the support of the NCP from the outside, tell the Shiv Sena you give us issue-based support from the outside, let's go and form the government so that the NCP abstains if there is a vote, the majority, House majority comes down, they have the numbers, they run the government. That, or are they going to reach out to the Shiv Sena, which is throwing up its tantrums, which is trying to say that, trying to put up a face of bravado and say, treat us as an equal even if we have lost and you've beaten us hollow. Which is going to be more easier for them?
I want to reiterate,
manageable.
I want to reiterate the point that there is a certain difference between a minority government and a government that is supported from outside. In 1999, the NDA government led by Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji did not have complete majority, but it had the outside support of the Telugu Desam party. It was not a minority government. The Telugu Desam party gave in writing to the President of India that we are here to support the NDA government. A minority government is Narasimha Rao's government at the center, which really did not have a majority in the House, and yet it continued until it converted the minority into a majority. That's a different issue. In the case of Maharashtra, if there is no other option, the BJP would be well within its rights to form a minority government because the state,
they are well within their rights. I'm asking you, which way is the tilt? Which way is the tilt?
No, I have already stated that the likeliest scenario is the BJP and the Shiv Sena coming together and forming a government. The negotiations are already on, and the two have a certain compatibility. There have been certain problems in the past, but they owe it to the people of Maharashtra that they rebuild a certain level of trust which is required for providing both stable government and good government.
But before we run out of time, it seems you're a little out of time, but before we let you go, GVL Narasimha Rao, a final question. Sanjay, just a second, a final question to GVL Narasimha Rao. You're talking about stability, but at present in your state unit, there seems to be no agreement also on who your chief minister is going to be. So far, we'd seen almost unanimity behind the name of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. Now, suddenly we have all these MLAs going to Mr. Nitin Gadkari's house, and his name is emerging as a very strong front runner. What's happening there? You're talking about a stable government. What about a stable chief minister? Who's your chief minister going to be?
And is this the NCP effect, sir?
No, as I said, I think you will have to, that meeting still remains to be held. Wait for this. I think it will happen soon. I think that's the only decision, I think, in my opinion, that's the only decision that the MLAs will have to make. The leadership will have to make. There is no question about the moment that decision is made. I think a stake for
all right, GVL Narasimha Rao, to every single question that has been posed to you about when are you going to form the government, with who's going to be a chief minister, your simple answer seems to be you will just have to wait. It seems that no answers on that front are forthcoming. But with that, we have to come to the end of our debate number 1. Thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us on this debate. Sanjay Jha, Sudheendra Kulkarni, Rahul Narvekar and GVL Narasimha Rao. Heading into a very quick break now, back in a couple of minutes with our second Newshour Debate.